Hi guys, on Sunday the Chancellor of the Exchequer, Jeremy Hunt, wouldn't accept the premise that Brexit was responsible for some of the damage being done to the economy at the moment. Now I know that Brexiteers like Michael Gove have said that the public are sick of experts, but I'm sorry, but when it comes to understanding things that I don't fully comprehend, I rely on experts and not politicians. Here a former member of the Bank of England's Monetary Policy Committee, Michael Sanders, spoke to Bloomberg, which is an outlet that would be pretty difficult to BS when it comes to the economy and the damage Brexit is doing to the economy. Have a listen to this damn expert.
It's been a chaotic period, hasn't it? We've had 5 prime ministers, 7 chancellors, I think. I apologise if I've missed out 1 or 2 of them. And also in economic terms, it's been a challenging period with the Brexit vote, the depreciation of sterling, a long period of political uncertainty, the pandemic, and then renewed political uncertainty. And I think perhaps the main legacy of that period is that the economy's potential output, what it can produce without generating inflation, has been weak. Indeed, the Bank of England's monetary policy report that came out recently implies that the economy's potential output has fallen outright since the end of 2019 and will grow by less than 1% per year in the next few years. And that implies low growth of living standards and constant battle over whether to raise taxes or to cut public spending. And I think getting higher potential growth is really the big economic challenge of the next few years.
Well, you mentioned Brexit. London's lost its crown to Paris as the biggest stock market in Europe. Is the City of London permanently damaged by Brexit?
You know, I would cast the net wider than that. The UK economy as a whole has been permanently damaged by Brexit.
Ouch. No, that is pretty severe. Not just the City of London, but the entire economy. Now, this is something we already knew, but when the experts say it, politicians and policymakers should be standing up and listening to this.
It's reduced the economy's potential output significantly, eroded business investment. I mean, look, if we hadn't had Brexit, we probably wouldn't be talking about an austerity budget this week. The need for tax.
There you have it. You know, Jeremy Hunt a few days ago was saying how this has nothing really got to do with Brexit. Yes, there are costs related to leaving the EU, but on the other side of the balance, on the other side of the scale, we have opportunities. Now, he didn't actually explain what these opportunities were and how they would benefit the UK economy. He started talking about the pandemic instead. But there are real costs here, and the experts are saying this is permanently damaging the UK economy.
Tax rises, spending cuts wouldn't be there if Brexit hadn't reduced the economy's potential output so much.
Does the government need to be more open about that?
Well, I think for the country as a whole, this question of how we raise potential output, that really is the thing, I think, which is going to be the big challenge. I mean, look, if I have to say, Liz Truss, in her brief failed premiership, got that one point right. That raising potential output is the big challenge. I think her diagnosis of the problem and her suggested solution to cut taxes and to deregulate are wrong. I would put the emphasis more on improving trade links with the EU, improving education, training, and also fixing this worrying rise in long-term sickness, which has been reducing the workforce so much.
And there you have it. The solutions are quite simple. Rebuilding trade links with the European Union, being honest with the public about Brexit, not this constant dishonesty when it comes to, yeah, it's nothing to do with Brexit, it's the pandemic, it's the global factors, it's the war in Ukraine. You know, businesses know it's because of Brexit. The public are starting to realize it's because of Brexit. The last group of people who are resisting reality are the politicians, because they have built so much. They have invested so much into this project that they have to continue to protect it. It's ridiculous. And what it's doing is it's reducing the UK's ability to get out of this crisis. Just admit, yes, Brexit is part of the problem here. Now, let's rebuild with the European Union. Let's try to undo some of the damage. As he said, some of the damage is permanent. Not all of it. Some of it can be undone, but it requires politicians to be honest for once. And maybe that's too much of a tall order. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.